Hello everyone. So in this module, we are going to learn about Power Automate. So it's a tool within the Microsoft Power Platform, and it helps you to automate repetitive tasks and workflows across various application and services. So basically, from its name, it's very clear. It automates the process. Okay. So you do not need to go on one process again and again. You can simply automate that process and it will happen in the background. So let's move forward and let's see more about the Power Automate tool. So this is the module part where you are going to see the introduction part of Power Automate, business process flow, types of business process flow, and admin center management and data policies. Okay, so these are the learning objectives. Like in Power Automate, we are going to learn entire thing. What are like in details, we are going to see how this Power Automation works basically. Flow management in admin center, business process flow description. So these are all the learning objectives. Okay, so Power Automate is an online workflow service which automate tasks across 500 plus application, and user can create flow connecting cloud on premises data sources like SharePoint. The service allows seamless integration. It enables adding leads through Dynamic 365, and Mailchimp records based on a specific triggers such as tweets about the company with over 100 followers. So the list of supported application constantly expanding in this tool, and it enhance the versatility. Okay, let's move forward. So these are the capabilities of Power Automate. So first, data collection and sharing. So for example, it can collect business data and share it with your team for improved collaboration. Okay. Approval workflow. So you can accelerate decision making by automating approval process within the organization. Now file management. So it automatically copy email attachment to OneDrive for business, ensuring efficient file organization. Instant notifications, so receive real time email or push notification for priority events such as new sale leads in Dynamics 365. Sales lead management, so you can automate capture, tracking and follow up process for new sales lead. Okay, so these are all the capabilities what Power Automate can do. Okay, so this is the Power Automate interface. Here you can see in the left hand side, from here you can create a new flow. There are some templates are available, like pre defined templates. From there you can like here you will find some flows which are already created for common scenarios like sending notification or something like that. Now here you can see the learning part. When you click on my flows, you will see all the flows which you have created till now. In approval, you will find a notification kind of thing where you will get like for example, if I have created one flow for approval, and here you will get the notification in this part, and from here you can simply approve or reject the flow approval request. Solutions. So basically solution, I have already explained about this solution container. Process mining, AI model. So basically AI models are from here you can uh, select AI model, and for like you can see here like automated cloud flow, instant cloud flow, and scheduled cloud flow, desktop flow, process mining. So basically either you can start from blank. So there are basically three ways to make a flow. Uh, Start from the blank. You can use the AI model for common scenarios. You can basically uh, whatever requirement you have, on the basis of that you can simply create flows. For example, if I want to send an email to my colleagues on update of any data on I am working on, so I will create one flow for that, and whenever any update happen in the data, they will receive the email. Okay. Um, Okay, now let's move forward. So here you can see I have explained each part. Like in my flows, you can manage and access your created flows. In create, you can start the process of creating a new flow solution. It manage your solution effectively. Templates, you can explore popular templates for workflow ideas. Connectors, you can connect services to enable seamless workflows. Data, you can access entities, connections, custom connectors and gateways. So here from example we can more understand like email notification for new leads. So the scenario is when a new lead is added to Microsoft Dynamics 365, it will send an email notification to the sales team. Okay, so use case will be streamlining communication and ensuring prompt follow up on potential opportunities. File backup to OneDrive. So if you want to do a backup in OneDrive, so for that scenario will be automatically copy email attachments to OneDrive for business, and use case will be ensuring important files are backed up and easily accessible for collaboration. Simply like social media monitoring, here you can create a flow that trigger whenever someone tweets with a specific hashtag, you will get the notification. So something like that scenario you can create. Expense approval flow, like I have explained, like you can automate the approval process for employee expense reports. Okay, so the manager who's you are going to set in the flow, that manager will receive the notification that their employee needs an approval for the expenses, and from that email or notification they can simply either approve it or reject it according to their uh, whatever demand they have, so or whatever budget they have. Now data collection and analysis with Power BI. You can connect collected business data to Power BI for analysis and reporting. You can automate the customer surveys. So something like that example you can simply do with the help of Power Automate. Now, types of Power Automate flow. So, first is event driven flow. So, an event driven flow is triggered by a specific event. So, basically, when this flow will trigger, when a specific event will happen or occurrence, such as creation of a new file, an email arrival, or an update to a database record. So that for that we use the event driven flow. For example, when a new lead is added to a CRM system, an event driven flow can automatically send a notification email to the sales team. Okay. Now, business process flow. So, business process flow guide users through a set of steps or stages to ensure a standardized and consistent approach to specific business process. For example, a business process for employee onboarding cloud include stage for documentation submission, IT setup, orientation, ensuring a structured onboarding process for every new employee. So this kind of flow will come under the business process flow. UI flow. So UI flow means user interface flow allow the automation of repetitive tasks by mimicking user interaction with the graphical user interface of a computer application. For example, automating a data entry task. So we have seen the data entry task many times. So for that you can also apply the automation. In a legacy application, by recording and replying the series of clicks and inputs needed to complete a specific task. Okay, now we will see the key concept for Cloudflow. So, trigger and actions are the key concept for Cloudflow. So, what is trigger and what is actions? So, basically, trigger is the event or condition you can say which initiate the flow. So, you have created the flow, now you want that flow to run or initiate. So, for that, we use the trigger. and there are many types of trigger. So it's the starting point of the automation, you can say. For example, an email arrival, a new item in a SharePoint list, a tweet with a specific hashtag, or a scheduled time. Now, actions. So, actions are the steps or operations, you can say, which you perform after the trigger. So, first trigger will come in the automation part. After the trigger, action will come. So, these can include a wide range of activities like sending emails, creating files, updating records, and something like that. So, for example, sending an approval request email, copying files to a different location, updating a database record. So, these are all come under the actions. Now business process flow with Power Automate. So let's see. So basically I have already explained about the business process flow. So business process flow in Power Automate are a powerful feature which designed to guide users through a series of stages or steps. So basically we have explained how this business process flow works. For example, if a new employee is joining the company, so for that he need to go for starting the work, he need to go through some stages, like some first he need to submit the documentation part, then orientation will happen, then he will get to know about whatever work he is gonna do in that company. So these are stages basically comes in the business, is a part of business process flow basically. So these flows are particularly useful for standardizing and streamlining process within an organization. Now, what is business process flow, which I have already explained. So from here, you can see a guide roadmap recipe. These are from here. You in the top, you can see the stages. Okay. Now here you can see the all the steps here. Okay, you can include multiple tables. You can switch at any time. You can do the automation and developer APIs here. You will get, and here you can see the which task you're doing. So here you can see the summary, you can see the product line items. Okay, so basically here we are talking about the business process flow. So in the top you can see all the stages. So these stages are basically business part of the business process flow. First it will go to the quality check, then it will go for the development, then you can see it will go for the like tester will test. So basically whenever a software will create in any company, so it will go before releasing, it will go with different stages or with different steps, like develop first. The client will give the information what kind of need they have, then after that a developer will develop the application, and then after development tester will test whether this application have some bugs or not. So something like this process basically comes under the business process flow. Now we will see the difference between business process flow and Power Automate flows. So business process flow basically it guide users through structured process, but Power Automate automate the workflow based on events or conditions. So on basis of conditions or event, Power Automate workflows works, but here business process flow uh, it guide user through a structured process. Now, business process flow involve manual user interaction, but Power Automate primarily automate process without direct user involvement. So it does not need involvement of user. Now, business process flow situated for structure, standardized task. But on the other hand, Power Automate it versatile for both structure and ad hoc process. Okay. Now, business process flow, linear visual representation of stages and steps, which I have explained in the image. And Power Automate flows basically flowchart like structure of triggers and actions. Business process flow used when user context and collaboration are crucial. On the other hand, Power Automate flow applied when automatically efficiency is a priority. So these are the main difference between the business process flow and Power Automate flows. Now let's move forward. So when you will know that when to use business process flow and when to use Power Automate flow. So to guide user through structured and sequential process with a clear set of stages and steps, for that you can use a business process flow. The ideal scenario can be sales, pipelines, customer onboarding, approval workflows where user guidance and consistencies are critical. On the other hand, to automate workflows triggered by specific event or condition without constant user involvement, for that you can use the Power Automate flows. Now, ideal scenarios can be data integration between application, notification workflows, repetitive task automation, where manual intervention is minimal. Okay, now we will see the types of business process flow. So basically, here there are two types of business process flow. First is embedded, and second one is immersive. So let's see about the embedded business process flow. So embedded business process flow are integrated directly into the model-driven apps and within the Power Platform. Now user can navigate through the stages and steps seamlessly without leaving the application. So like in the diagram you were clearly able to see all the stages which were presented in that particular application, model driven application. Okay, so this is all about embedded business process flow, and the use case can be it is ideal for scenarios where the entire business process is managed within the model driven app such as sales or service management. Now, if we move forward for immersive business process flow. So, immersive business process flow are standalone and can be launched independently of a specific app. Like here, we are launching this embedded business process flow in model driven application. But on the other hand, this immersive business process flow are standalone and they can be launched independently of a specific application. So users can engage with the flow across different application and environments. So what can be the use case of this immersive business process flow? So useful when a business process spans multiple application or when a user need to interact with the flow outside the context of a specific application. So for that or in that case, we use the immersive business process flows. Now let's move forward and see about the admin center management and data policies. So let's see administrator flow. So administrating flows involves the management and oversight of automated workflows within the Power Automate environment. Okay. So like import and export flows. So you have when you will visit you will see the interface of Power Automate. You will find about the import and export flows. You will see share flows. You will see monitor flows. So here these are all the administrator flows. Okay, so to move flows between different environments, you use that import and export flows. For example, importing a flow from a development environment and importing it into a production environment. So for that, we use import and export flows. Okay, share flows, like you can collaborate with others by sharing access to your flows. For example, granting a colleague or a team member permission to view or edit a specific flow. Monitor flow, so you can keep track of the performance and status of your flows. For example, you can check the execution history, identify any errors, and ensuring that flows are running as expected. So all are these flows basically administrator flow, and each flow have their different criteria. So you can use accordingly. Okay. Now we will see export and import flows. So from here, when you go to the Power Automate user interface, you will see this export option. When you right click on the flow you have created, you will see this kind of window, and here you will see this export. So basically, you can access Power Automate by signing in Power Automate portal. You can navigate to My Flows, go to My Flows section, and the flows you have created, you will all the flows will be appeared in the My Flows action, and from there you can select the specific flow you want, and you can export that flow. Now here you can see how you can export it, like click on flow to access its detail. You can look for an export or service option, and often in the top menu or under more options like three dots, you can choose export format. You can download exported file, you can save the file you have exported. Similarly, like you can import the flow. So when on the top toolbar you will find this import option. First you need to go to the My Flow section, and you can simply find this import option in the top, and when you click on that, you can first you need to select the flow you want to import. And first you need to select import option, and in the top menu, and from there you can simply upload the exported file. Like if you have some files already in your system, so you can import that file in the flow section, or you can also upload the file you have exported from some other environment. Okay, you can review the setting, you can complete import by confirm the import process to bring the flow into the current environment. You can verify and you can test whether it is working fine or not. Thank you.